Too many black bodies falling. Come on, brothers, love one another. Put down the gun. Let's go. Any place, anytime, anyone can get it. Bust that gap, pills of water when I wet it. I owe niggas shots like doctors paid on credit. The white good K kid who wanna catch it. Nigga claim gangsta, let me see him rep it. Dog want a bone, come fight or fetch it. It's hectic. We caught him heading for the exit. Cat straight pussy, hold spot like a leopard. I come with crook and flail the flock, need a shepherd. Hang with hooks and nails, the Glock, spray like pepper. Clear out the block, then moving like a settler. Chop down trees, make it rain like the weather. They call me King of Rock, I'm tougher than leather. With the heavy clip, trigger light as a feather. With the HK, I'm like Koch with the heckler. Play my pawns like chess, this ain't checkers. I'm reckless, and you caught up in the nexus. New Jersey drive, my dude about the Lexus. Gun real big, like I get them shits from Texas. Hollow tip, hollow out, core solo plexus. My nigga reckless, he's living reckless. Snatch your inch hill, snatch your necklace, a hooligan and wretched. I'll cast like a leper. Nightfall hit, he get it quick like a leopard. In the jungle, makes you humble. Where C's don't wave and B's don't fumble. Put up player right here, it off and tumble. I suggest y'all niggas step before y'all niggas stumble. Any place, anytime, anyone can do it. Putting bodies in the casket, family's gonna view it. Mother carried flowers, father never knew it. Wasn't there to raise the baby, and the block won't excuse it. YG claim blood, OG said prove it. Try to push weight, but little nigga couldn't move it. First he starts to use it, then he starts to lose it. Now blood on his door like the little nigga Jewish. Caught up on the block, twisted like a Rubik's. Bricks weighing grams, caskets measure cubits. Bodies keep dropping, families going through it. Brothers on the run like Jesse, you can do it. Living fast and furious with guns in the Buick. Everybody stick them up, and I ain't trying to glue it. Lawyers out to sue it. The courts won't excuse it. Black body in the chair, and the judge said executed. Think this shit is glorious? My nigga, don't be stupid. Mother broken hearted, but the shooter wasn't Cupid. Evil goes around like the devil chopped and screwed 3-6 mafia like Bishop started juicing. My nigga reckless, he's living reckless. Snatch your inch hill, snatch your necklace, a hooligan and wretched. I'm cast like a leper. Nightfall hit, he get it quick like a leopard. In the jungle, makes you humble. Where C's don't wave and B's don't fumble. Put up player right here, it off and tumble. I suggest y'all niggas step before y'all niggas stumble.
Reckless. Reckless. Don't be reckless. Don't be out here running the streets being reckless. You know what I mean? What's up, my brother? You on mute?
Peace and blessings, brother. What's good, man? Appreciate you, man. Thank you for having me on, man. What's good, brother?
Always. You know, I need that support. You know.
I feel you, man. I feel you, man. Appreciate you having me on, man. Yeah, man. Don't be reckless and definitely don't be zesty.
No,
that's for sure. That's for sure.
Being zesty is being reckless.
Yes, being reckless indeed, man.
The goat out this motherfucker, yo.
The goat, man. The goat.
Man. You know, they scared of you, bro.
Yeah, that's good. They should be.
I notice whenever, I line you up to hop on the show, focus get missing.
All of a sudden,
it's like I can't get my regularly scheduled host to be in the building when I got Goat James Kingdom in the house. It's like, I gotta work. I don't know. I might be on late. I got the flu. I got Kyle Will, even though he's not anti-LeBron like that, he's planting his mom's garden. It's just crazy. He's gardening now. It's crazy. KG's MIA.
Shout out to him.
Cliff is working. He don't want no smoke. Oh my God. I like what's going on, man. But anyway, we gonna do what we do because that's what we do. And as we see, the beauty of this 23-year career that we've seen from LeBron James is that we're still watching it unfold, And I remember in 2010, 2011, I was having debates with Wes, which is one of our regular hosts, Wes Henderson. about how LeBron wasn't this and he wasn't that, and he had to win one first before we start crowning him. This, that, and the third. It's not that I said he was the GOAT. It's just that I was saying I had never seen anything like it. For somebody to come from high school straight into the league and have the immediate impact that he had, I had never seen that. And his build, size, strength, speed, him being able to see the whole floor, get his players around him involved at such an early age. To me, again, I had never seen anything like it. And I just thought that he would end up challenging Michael Jordan for GOAT status. It was like he's not even Kobe yet. And I'm like, I don't know. Yeah, he's got to win it first. But now that we've seen 4 chips on 3 different teams, 10 appearances, 4 MVPs in those chips that he won. And to see him still do what he does in year 23, about to enter into the playoffs
Bluetooth disconnected.
without, he's been the third wheel all year. Something they said he couldn't do. Oh, he pounds the ball. The offense has got to go through him. He doesn't know how to work with others if he doesn't hold. And again, crashed another narrative, false narrative they have about the brother. And, going into this series with the Houston Rockets, people are coming around to the idea that if he can beat the Houston Rockets in this first round by himself, he's officially the GOAT. What say you?
Well, if you waiting for year 23 after all LeBron James has done to say, okay, now he's the GOAT, you missed out on 20 years of greatness, man. I mean, there's nothing else to say to that, but other than the fact is that the only people that sound intelligent talking like that is around other people who are not intelligent. There's no way you sound intelligent not appreciating what LeBron James does as a basketball player. We're basketball fans. We're not talking about nothing else. We are all supposed to just put everything else aside. Basketball fans. We all know there's real life things going on. There's real issues. But if we're going to sit here and talk basketball, let's talk basketball. LeBron's the GOAT. The greatest player you've ever seen. The greatest player anyone that any of you have ever seen. He's greater than Mike. He's greater than Kobe. All of these things and how you like a player, nobody cares how y'all feel, man. We're supposed to be grown men. We don't sit around here talking about basketball, how you feel. Clearly, the eye test and the record book state LeBron James is the greatest player any of us have ever seen.
Yeah. Now,
you gotta just accept it, brother. I don't know why. It's so hard.
One of the things that you do with the GOAT James platform that I really appreciate, and I was hoping to get more of this type of analysis from my co-host, is that you take the time to really highlight why he's the GOAT in real time, breaking down, all of the things that he brings to the game, all of his attributes. And I meant to ask you to kind of line some of those up for this particular show. I don't know if you could maybe find some of the clips that you have. People say, "Oh, he doesn't have a mid range." Oh, he doesn't have a mid range. Oh, he doesn't have a post game. Oh, he's not a closer. Oh, he's not clutch. Oh, he doesn't have a bag. Like I said, you've done a great job at highlighting.
Yeah, I mean, we can start with the bag, right? 43,000 points. Even if he don't got a bag, he was still able to put up 43,000 points. Right. 25 point per game seasons 20 times straight. Ladies and gentlemen, only 14 players in NBA history even average over 25 points per game or something like that. Like 15 players in their careers. This man did it for 20 years straight. So talking about bag, clearly he got a bag. The man has the most. He's the only player with 2,000 dunks and over 2,000 threes. So he got to have a bag if he's shooting from 25 plus or dunking on you on a consistent.
What before you move on, let's like hone into this whole idea of a bag, because that's something that's like it's this new term that people have come up with, in the last, I guess, 5 to 6 years because of Kyrie Irving and his bag.
Yeah.
When did that term kind of hit the basketball world, having a bag?
That you said it started with the people like Kyrie, fans who needed to give him something that would make him unique compared to other players, because there's really not that much uniqueness in Kyrie Irving. The boy got great handles, but he's not the first player we ever seen with great handles. So we never needed to say, yo, homeboy. We never said Kenny Anderson got a bag. You know, say Allen Iverson got a bag. They just
Right.
got handles. They can handle a rock.
Mhm.
Very simple for us. But this younger generation, obviously, all generations of young people always create something new, innovative to express themselves. And the bag is the expression they're using now. And Kyrie's the symbol of that. Same thing with gravity. This new thing, gravity,
Oh
gravity.
my God, you did a great job breaking that down. Please go on, Jeff.
Stephen Curry, gravity. It's just a way to explain them. You know what I'm saying? Michael Jordan, killer instinct. These things don't exist.
Wow.
These are fake basketball terms. These are things that don't have no real, and we're supposed to all just accept it as reality. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like,
it's a way of discrediting LeBron's
yeah,
greatness by saying
yeah.
he doesn't have a dribble package.
The
You
man can
know,
go left, he can go right, he can dribble better than anybody. He gets the point of dribbling the basketball is to move the ball up and down the court. LeBron does it better than anybody in NBA history. I don't know what else do you want from the man.
right now it's
Again,
weird.
it's
I'm,
nonsense. Nah, it's all nonsense. It's all nonsense. Same thing with the not being clutch. The most clutch points in NBA history. Legitimately, the NBA has a stat for clutch. What they consider the clutch, he has the most points in NBA history and shoots at a very effective efficiency at it as well. From there, then when they want to talk about him being a closer, the most fourth quarter points in NBA history at a high efficiency, higher than Kobe,
yeah.
higher than Steph, KD, all of these dudes, right?
Hmm.
Number one at it. All they're
Yeah.
gonna say is longevity. Another reason why he's great because he can do it for a very long time.
Yeah, people move the goalpost, and
Mm-hmm.
we have there's a clip of Rasheed Wallace talking about you know all the bag, the handles. And the point is to get to the hole, get to the hoop with as little effort as possible. One,
There you
two
go.
dribbles, you want to be to the basket,
Mm-hmm.
and that's skill, having the ability to put yourself in a position to score the ball is should be what's most that should be what's most appreciated, not how many dribbles you take, how you break somebody's down, how you break somebody's ankles, how you can go inside, outside, and all that. You get to the hole, get to the hoop, and when you're the leading scorer of all time,
Mm-hmm.
shooting at I don't know if he's the most efficient at shooting the ball, but he's definitely more efficient than Michael Jordan, who people consider the GOAT. I mean, I would say that, bag or no bag, he's the greatest scorer of all time. So yeah,
Yeah, you don't need a bag. Shaq can have a bag,
not at
right?
all.
I mean, we don't need who's these again. These are all silly. Let's say zesty terms just to argue. Now I gotta argue with how you feel because you want to tell me about a bag. I don't care how you feel, bro. What is the facts? LeBron got 43,000 points. He's averaging over 26 points per game for over 1,600 games. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, this is why men love sports because it's real simple for us. It's either you're good or you're bad. There's no in between. There's no like all of a sudden now, especially in the NBA, fans want to bring their emotions into this. There's no emotions in this, bro. What made you buy a pair of Jordan kicks in 1988 ain't got nothing to do with 2026, bro.
Yeah, not at all. And
You feel me? Come on,
numbers
man.
numbers don't lie.
Yeah.
Numbers don't lie. The numbers are what they are. He's the most points of all time, second
Facts.
most in assists, which to me, right there, tells you his greatness. When you can score the most points and assist second most all time, it's just amazing. But one of the numbers, the stats that people like to use against him is, you know, 4 and 6.
Hmm.
Been there 10 times,
Hmm.
won it 4. And
Hmm.
to me, that's unfair because you're using team accomplishments to compare individual ability.
I, I give you one better. I give you one better.
Yeah,
They don't
please.
believe in it. They don't believe in winning and losing. They don't believe in it. They don't. Listen, those be the same people who will tell you it's all about winning and be the first ones to discredit winners. They'll discredit Bill Russell. They'll discredit Havlicek. They'll discredit Scottie Pippen.
Hmm.
They'll discredit the bubble. They'll discredit winning your conference. They discredit winning all the time. They do not care about winning. They think somehow 4-6 is better than 4-0. LeBron James does not have a better career if he didn't make the finals 6 times compared to 4. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like 6. If he made the finals 6 less times,
Right.
doesn't make sense.
You went to the finals 10 times. You know how many games you have to win to get to the chip 10 times? Oh, he's a loser. He's 4-6 in chips. Dude, you know how many games he had to win to get to the chip?
You know how
10
many players' careers were solidified to making the finals?
Let's say it again.
You know how many players' careers were solidified with making the finals? The Patrick Ewings, the Charles Barkleys, the Karl Malones, right? The Reggie Millers, right? All of them got credit for just making the finals, just appearing in the right. Chris Paul, just making an appearance in the finals. And people tell you to this day, why is Dwayne Wade better than James Harden? James Harden couldn't even get his team to the finals, right? We hear it all the time. So that's why they don't like talking to me, because I pull out the hypocrisy. And again, if you're a real man, when somebody show you something that you ain't did right, what you supposed to do? Act right.
Act right. Yeah, absolutely.
If you ain't did right, at least act right.
Yeah, for sure.
Feel me?
But
Yeah.
that Dwayne Wade, James Harden comparison, though, Pat Bev has been going in. He's been poking the bear with Dwayne Wade.
Yeah.
And, folks are going, questioning Dwayne Wade's legacy as it has to do with James Harden. And they go, whoa, he had LeBron and Chris Bosh. I'm like, yeah, but he also had an old Shaq. And he was the 4. I think they said Shaq averaged like 13 points.
Yeah, in the
that final
finals.
series.
Yeah, in the finals. But Shaq was still the man.
Yeah, definitely. You got to respect his force. And you got to respect it. But
yeah. I mean, the Dwayne Wade situation is kind of complicated when you talk about him and Harden, because Dwayne Wade but does have a better career than James Harden as we speak right now. James Harden's still adding to his resume. Let's let that settle there. But when we're talking about in the positional wise, if we're talking about being a shooting guard, then those team accomplishments really don't matter. You can be a great shooting guard without accomplishing anything. Like, you see what I'm trying to say? Like, you don't have to. That you being a good shooting guard has nothing to do with your team being good enough to win or not. That you can be the greatest shooting guard of all time and be losing. It doesn't have nothing to do with it, right? So at the end of the day, he's a better shooting guard, you know what I'm saying, than Dwayne Wade. But Dwayne Wade did have a better career if we look at it at this point. But again, when Harden starts passing, people and get to the 30,000 mark, and he starts getting again another All NBA, and again he might reach 10,000 assists. Like, it's gonna be hard to just say, well, Dwayne Wade won the Finals MVP. Like, you know what I'm saying? When we're talking about the annals of history, and James Harden's going to have his name there. And again, he could still win a title and be an important factor to a team winning the title. So, I mean, James Harden is definitely a first ballot Hall of Famer. So it's not a silly argument to say he was better than Dwayne Wade or not. Just depends on what you go by. Here in Goat James Kingdom, we go by the entire resume. So far, the last time we did a measurement, Harden wasn't close enough yet, but he's still accomplishing things. So we just got to see.
Well, you brought up 2 points that's like, I'm a flip flop, but there's, the regular season versus the playoffs, and we've seen James Harden melt down in the playoffs.
So they say, yeah. He had some performances, some duds.
Yeah, well, just relatively speaking, his excellence in the regular season hasn't always translated to the playoffs. So I think there's something to be said for that. And then but the other side of that is that James Harden has a more well-rounded game than Dwayne Wade had when you factor in the assist. When you factor in, James Harden, is he a shooting guard or is he a point guard?
Yeah, that's always the question. What is he, a shooting guard, a point guard? Is he a combo guard? But I think offensively he's better than Wade, and Dwayne's better than him defensively. So that's why it's a great conversation to have. Because it's not like James Harden can't win a game for you. I know people like to bring up his playoff woes, but again, the man went against the Golden State Warriors, right? Not too many stars. I mean, obviously they were up with CP3. CP3 don't get hurt. Who knows what happens? And all this stuff about him, playing bad, and I think one game he was shot like 3 of 13 in the game or something like that, or 2 of 13 in the game when he was with Philly or something like that. When it wasn't his team, he was the point guard, and I think he led the league in assists that year. when you go look at Harden's playoff numbers, they're still decent. They're still good. He just wasn't like people say. He wasn't lucky enough to play with a Shaquille O'Neal and a LeBron James.
I mean, Joel Embiid though.
Yeah, but Joel Embiid, it's Joel Embiid. And yeah, exactly. He's never healthy when we get to the playoff time. And I don't deal with the whole playoff translation stuff that people bring up in basketball. That's another new terminology to me. The playoffs are different. The playoffs are the playoffs. The regular season is the regular season. You can't compare what a player does versus 30 teams or whatever teams in the league in an 82 game season compared to a playoff series where he's playing against a team, strategizing, and so many things that go on in the series, brother. It makes it so different. You know what I mean? Like, it's just a different
but when we're
brand of basketball.
When we're looking at these players and we're comparing these players, we are comparing the whole body of work, regular season and playoffs. It's not just we're not.
Yeah, but I don't combine them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think the playoffs and the regular season have a correlation. Is what I'm trying to say. You see what I'm saying? Like, the playoffs are different. There's playoff numbers, and all playoff numbers to me are compared to all other playoff numbers and what players do in the playoffs. And what you do in the regular season is regular season stuff. And obviously, to me, the regular season stuff is a larger sample size, so it holds a lot of value, what you do in the regular season. So the playoffs hold value as well. But the playoffs I compare the playoffs to the playoffs. When I talk about a player doing something in the playoffs, I talk about everything else that happens in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Like, as an example, Tony Parker is one of only 11 players in NBA history that has 4,000 playoff points. Ladies and gentlemen, that's a big number, but that's just for the playoffs. That doesn't really translate. I can't say, oh, well, because he's one of the greatest scorers in playoff history, he's one of the greatest players ever. Nah, that's just how great he is in the playoffs. That shows his greatness. That's playoff numbers. Those are different than the regular season. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's how I see it.
You got a choice between Tony Parker and Chris Paul. You're gonna take Chris Paul.
Well, I mean, overall, yeah, if we're talking about overall, I'm going with Chris Paul for sure. But it's obvious, though, in the playoffs, Tony Parker has been the man. Like, right. And people talking about stepping up in the playoffs. What's 4,000 points in the playoffs? Obviously, Tony Parker be stepping up in the playoffs, man.
Absolutely.
You see what I'm saying? But people don't translate that. People don't say, "Oh, well, Tony Parker translates in the playoffs." They just shrug it off. Like, he only has 4,000 points. That don't mean nothing, and it means something. You know what I'm saying? It does.
It's like, if the goal is to win the chip, you got to get to the chip. And getting to the chip is being able to get through the playoffs, all the different matchups, first, second, third round in the playoffs. Now, whether you win the chip or not, whatever. But if you can't even get to the chip, if you can't lead your team to the chip, now we talk about Tony Parker, 4,000 points. When he gets to the playoffs,
he's winning.
You push the chips all the way up to the
he's a winner. That's what I'm saying. He's been winning. He played in a lot of playoff games.
There's a question mark on his career.
Yeah, there's no question mark. First ballot Hall of Famer, 4-time championship, and a Finals MVP. I know, but people won't appreciate it for what it is. That's why I be saying that a lot of these dudes say stuff they don't mean. Playoff translation mean nothing to them.
Well, I'm talking on Chris Paul's career. We talk about him.
Yeah, no, but Chris Paul got numbers too, though. Chris Paul got playoff numbers too. That's what I'm saying.
Playoff numbers, but the thing is, but he didn't win the chip.
Yeah, he didn't win the chip. Yeah, but he's still better than Tony Parker. Picking him over Tony Parker any day.
Okay.
Because he got the resume. Again, he has the resume. Not to say Tony Parker don't. I'm just saying Chris Paul is probably, I'm gonna say probably. Chris Paul is the greatest point guard of our generation. He's our Stockton, or this generation Stockton. This man is nasty with the rock, man.
Absolutely. No, absolutely. Just,
people forget how good Chris Paul is.
Absolutely. But I'm just trying to.
He's just hated by so many, including the players in the league.
Of our generation. Let me.
It's him. It's Rondo. It's Braun. And I know people think Stephen Curry is a point guard, but
I don't.
Yeah, when we talking about, what I'm talking about when we saying a point guard.
Yeah.
CP3, Rondo, LeBron, Steve Nash. Those are real point guards. You know what I'm saying? Like that changed the whole dynamic of a series by just their ball handling and passing abilities.
Yeah. Leadership and what leadership means to a team. We talk about a Chris Paul.
See?
Leadership, absolutely. Tony Parker, Tim Duncan was the leader of the Spurs, but Tony Parker in the playoffs, stepping up, doing doing things that leaders lead. You don't have to be talking, but leaders lead. Tony Parker been the driving force of those Spurs championship teams.
Facts.
I don't know if you put him in that category. To move away from point guards, KD as a leader, and where he is. I know there was some talk about between Stephen A. Smith and
Yeah, he's
Kendrick Perkins.
yeah, he's not he's not he's not he's not to me he's not a great leader. KD, I think that's his one flaw and weakness is his leadership.
Right. Stephen A. Smith had him in the top 10 all time. And I'm like, nah, because of his lack of leadership ability. He doesn't really lead teams and being on those Golden State teams. It's like, how can you not win when you got Steph, Clay, and Draymond? It's a whole nother beast. It's not like KD was the driving force of those Golden State teams. He was the thing that they needed to put him over the top, to kind of cement them as the champions those years. But I think without KD, they probably still would have been competitive in the playoffs to get to those chips.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. I mean, KD, I got KD in my top 10. Because I don't use
Really?
leadership. Yeah, because I don't use leadership in my criteria. It's
So, all right, wait,
it's subjective and it's hard to measure. But
who was your top 10?
my top 10 greatest of all time is LeBron, Wilt, Kareem, Russell, Jordan, Duncan, Dr. J, Kobe, KD, and then Magic.
That's 10.
Yeah.
And you got KD over Steph.
Oh yeah, Steph's not even in my top 20 right now.
Ooh, come on, man.
I can't, bro. Again, I got to go through the annals of history. He's moved up a lot because he's gained a couple of All NBAs. He has the record in 3-point shooting by a mile on both playoff and regular season, so that holds well with the records. But again, he doesn't have the full thrown out resume to put ahead of certain people that I got in the top 20. When we talking about the Jerry Wesses and the Shaquille O'Neals and the Kevin Garnett's and stuff like that, man. Nah, he's just at the cusp around 20. I got to redo my thing with him because he's adding more to his resume. But again, I'm not that big of a Stephen Curry fan. 2 league MVPs, nice. I think 11 All NBAs, real nice. 12 or 13 time All Star, real nice. I like those numbers, but again, his points is like he just reached 25,000 for his career. I think he's close to 4,000 in the playoffs. I think he's close to it, but he has to make the playoffs again. He had a nice little peak, but not enough. I know a lot of people love Stephen Curry, man. They love that little light skinned boy. Us light skinned dudes get away with murder sometimes, man.
Yeah, I don't know his stats like that. But being arguably the greatest shooter of all time, right? Being a 3-point assassin. Does he leads in 3-point shots or no?
Yeah, he's the greatest 3-point shooter ever. I mean, he has the most 3-pointers by far. I mean, he's going to be caught because guys that shoot 3-pointers a lot. But he right now, as it stands, yeah, he in both playoffs and the regular season.
Yeah, so I wanted to frame that in that when people say that this is really Stephen Curry's era over LeBron James, I'm like, yeah, y'all niggas is sick. I think it's just wild. I think it's just mentally ill to even say some shit like that when you bring up the fact that all these threes he's hitting, he's the greatest shooter of all time. When you look at his points and where he is, and him being so far behind.
That's why they be saying stuff they don't believe, man. They be saying a lot of stuff they don't believe, man. That's why I be telling them, man, I don't believe you. You need more people, man. At 2019, anyway, nobody's sitting around here saying Stephen Curry was better than LeBron and this was Stephen Curry's era. Nobody was saying that. Nobody was saying that. When he tied LeBron with 3 championships after 2018, ain't nobody was saying, man, Stephen Curry's just as good as LeBron. They were saying KD was the best player in the world. It wasn't until Steph won that championship in 2022, and obviously we all saw the kind of downfall of Kevin Durant's brilliance and dominance, that everybody was like, oh, this is still Stephen Curry's era. They completely forgot how much trash they were talking about Stephen Curry winning 2 championships with Kevin Durant and begging Kevin Durant to come to Golden State to beat LeBron after being up 3-1 as the unanimous MVP. That's why I tell you, man, a lot of these dudes don't like me, man, because I don't fall for this nonsense, man. We got a phrase where on the lives that I be at, man, we not done. We not done.
Yeah,
we not done, man. We not done.
Absolutely. Let's
We
see.
not done. bruh.
I wanted to say something about MJ. Because in the '90s, MJ was the guy. MJ was my favorite player starting about 1988. He became my favorite player. Um, and then through the '90s, to me, he was the best in the league. Um,
Hmm.
you can say Hakeem. For me, that's about all you could say in the '90s. It was either MJ or Hakeem. But to me,
Hmm.
it's MJ. But MJ as a scorer, yes. MJ as a dominant force offensively, yes. I think people overstate his defensive prowess. He definitely played defense, but I don't think he was this, you know,
All
people
world elite
all
defender.
world
No.
elite
Yeah, yeah.
defense. Nah, I
Mm-mm,
never really
mm-mm,
bought into that. But he didn't have to be
mm-mm,
because he was going to put the ball in the hoop. He was going to get to the hole. He's going to do him. But playing in a system, a Phil Jackson system, um, took him and those Bulls teams to the next level. I think that people disregard Phil Jackson's and Tex Winter, their input in the Bulls system through the '90s, and they make it all about
mm-hmm.
MJ. And it's like you can't deny Phil Jackson and what he was able to do because he took the Lakers to a three-peat, left the Lakers. They were ass when he was not there.
Mm-hmm.
Comes back to the Lakers, and they almost three-peat again.
Mm-hmm.
So just to talk about Phil Jackson as a missing piece to the Michael Jordan Bulls narrative of the '90s.
Well, I mean, we can't talk about Phil without mentioning Kraus. Like at the end of the day, that
Absolutely.
is really what built the Bulls dynasty and legacy as we know it today. To be able to win those 6 championships throughout the '90s, we all know Jordan was a scoring phenom. That was something that we saw from his rookie season. This young man could score. He's going to dunk. He's going to do highlights. He's going to steal the ball. He's going to run fast. He's going to be Mr. Highlight, right? And that's what Michael Jordan was. He was, again, people forget he was just, taking a lot of shots. And he built his reputation and name off of being a high volume scorer, which is fine. But the idea
High
of what
volume shooter.
yeah, high volume shooter, not even high volume scorer, which we all know. When we say high volume, we mean shooters. But he's a scorer because you could be a high volume shooter and can't score for nothing. Just take a bunch of shots. But again, you know what I mean. High volume shooter, yes, right. But then you have to understand. Jerry Krause understood. I have the star that's going to fill the seats. How do I win a championship with this kid? How do I be successful at winning? Jerry Krause is competitive as well, and he built a good roster. And he understood. Okay, I need a coach that can put all of this together.
Hmm.
And he saw Phil and he said, I'm giving Phil the reins. And Phil, being the wise man that he was, who can handle different personalities and also humble himself and say, yeah, we're going to run this offense here that Tex Winters has, and we're going to build this great philosophy around ball movement and obviously using Mike as a decoy. That's how they were successful. But it was because the roster was good. If you don't have a Scottie Pippen, if you don't have a Horace Grant, if you don't have a Cartwright, you don't have a Paxson, a Craig Hodges, you know what I'm saying? If you don't get these guys, the Stacey Kings and the BJ Armstrongs and all these players that are added to the roster to help them win, you don't have a '90s championship Bulls team and all this greatness about Mike. Mike would just be a guy winning a bunch of scoring titles, man, and everybody can say he'll never get it done because they'll treat him like Wilt. They'll tell him like, yo, until you stop shooting and scoring, you're gonna always lose.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I try to
Phil
tell
ch-
people that.
Phil
Yeah.
changed all of that with the triangle offense. And go back and look at the '90s basketball, and you can see how innovative it was to use the triangle, because it literally made everybody on the floor a danger for the Bulls offense, which made it hard to guard the Bulls, which made it hard to just focus on Mike,
Yeah.
right? If you're running this simple offense where Mike has the ball in isolation, you can just double team him, get the ball out of his hand, force him left like the Pistons did for 3 straight years.
Right.
But
Well, there you go. You just touched on something that you did actually on your platform when you showed the difference and highlighted the difference in the defensive play of the '90s and how
yeah,
being man to man, playing man to man defense, and not being able to zone and scheme defensively to put two and three people, backside defense, help defense, all that stuff really didn't
strong
exist.
side, strong
Strong,
side
strong side
defense.
defense,
Yeah,
yeah,
strong
yeah.
side defense. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. So Mike had an advantage because he was athletically superior to most of the people that he faced in a one-on-one game. Um,
Mm-hmm.
to talk about that because I don't know, let me see if I can find that video. Can you find that video and just send it to me so I can put it
Which
up, or you can
one?
actually probably put it up on yourself?
I could.
You,
What
yeah,
video was that? Uh huh.
it was a video where you broke down, you gave examples of Mike having a free lane to the baseline because, you know, the offensive players didn't go below the free throw line. His teammates didn't go below the free throw line, which left an open lane to the hoop, and he could just exploit the fact that there was no help side defense. There was no, I mean, you just like
Yeah.
that's different today, where there's defensive schemes where LeBron James or anybody else in this league, you have to account for the second and third defender being able to shift and rotate. And, you know, um, Mike was a horrible 3-point shooter.
No, they don't like to address that.
Horrible 3-point shooter. But
We had.
LeBron having that as a part of his bag,
Yeah.
means that, you could, bring help. But, I could spot up out here and kill you with the three.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we made fun of Jordan. We were showing how Bronny's a better 3-point shooter than Jordan's first 4 years. In Bronny's first 2 years. So we did that, just messing around with the Zesties, just trolling them a little bit. But again, the idea is that there was what they called an illegal defense rule in the NBA, which existed till 2001 season. That's when they got rid of it. And it was a rule that it stipulated that you could not zone in basketball, and you had to guard a man or you had to double team. And if you double team, it had to be a committed double team. You couldn't play in between zones. So it's either you were guarding your man or you were doubling. There was no other options. Any other form of basketball would be illegal defense. You couldn't double team a guy without the ball as well. That was another rule. The only guy you can double team is the man with the ball. So defenses were very limited, right, and what they can do, and offenses had an advantage, and that's why a lot of the league's offensive rules were set to just go to a big man, because you just go to a big man 8 feet from the rim, let him do his work, highest percentage shot, keep it moving. Then you wanted to get the ball to the guards, so you had to try to find ways to get the ball to the guards, and the best way to do that was to just get the big man out of the way. So they would take the big man and put him on the other side of the floor on top of the 3-point line, which basically took all the big men out of the paint. And it was just a one-on-one game between Michael Jordan and somebody, or Bird and somebody, or Magic and somebody. And it got to be where that was what basketball became. And it was really ugly basketball. But Jordan was able to take advantage of that because, again, for one, he was more athletic than those guys. And, for two, at the end of the day, you're limited. You only could double Jordan so few often and leave wide open Craig Hodges, or wide open Scottie Pippen, or wide open Horace Grant, or wide open. Like, you can't leave these guys open. They can hit shots.
Yeah.
So it made it hard to guard the Bulls and Michael Jordan. And in today's NBA, they got rid of that. Now you can play a zone. You don't have to be guarding a man. You can send multiple players on the weak, strong side to stop post-ups, which is why LeBron James is not as effective as a posting up player in the past, because nobody can post up in today's NBA. It's the easiest thing to guard. Playing in the mid-post or playing in the low block is very easy to guard when you can put somebody in front of you and somebody behind you. When you can literally just prevent the postman from even getting the ball, which requires you to move the big man. That's why today's big men have to move. They can't just sit in one spot hoping to get a pass 10 feet from the rim. You got to be able to dribble. You got to be able to move. You got to be able to shoot from the perimeter, or you're useless.
Yeah.
It's easy to guard you. That's it. So that's the truth. Yeah.
And that's why we say today's basketball is more skilled players in today's game, because every position 1 through 5 have to be able to shoot, have to be able to move, have to be able to read. Where, back in the day, a big man, we set you 5 to 8 feet in front of the basket, and you just bully your way to the hoop, and there it is. It's different. It's different today.
Yeah, it's just different basketball. Again, I'm trying to look for the video that you're saying that we have to break it down, because I know some of it. No, it's okay. I know some of it. some of it be shorts and stuff like that, like and from our lives and stuff that we do. But I
That's
can
all you
guarantee.
need. That's all you need, like, just to give people the example. Because I tell people all the time, you mentioned earlier, there was a lot of bad basketball in the 90s, in the 80s, and the 90s, a lot of bad basketball. There we go.
Yeah.
Let's put
No
this
double
up, and you can narrate it.
Yeah. Well, it's going to narrate itself. So let me
Okay.
teams.
here you go.
Finally. Damn.
Really?
Damn.
Oh my God.
You gonna break that too?
Ooh,
Stop, Chuck.
that one.
Nah.
Again, no
Chuck.
double team.
I was about to trip.
Finally,
But-
they sent a
yeah.
double. Look, but he traveled.
You travel.
So the traveling compilation.
Oh, don't let me do that. Don't let me do that.
Chucking up shots.
Again, they go that jump pass. They go that jump pass.
Famous jump
from
pass.
Jordan. That's what Jordan do. He jump pass.
Go to
Look.
jump passes.
Oh my God.
Bro,
That was
Oh
like-
God.
Bro, what who goes wide open in the corner? In the right corner?
No,
This
yeah,
is
he's
better
wide
than
open.
Bond,
Look, waving. Look at him waving.
He should have drove. He should have drove
Look,
the kick.
look, right there. Look,
He should
the
have drove
next
the
question.
kick.
If Jordan was a great shot creator for his teammates, wouldn't he notice the
bad.
the
Kukoc
man
was
that's
wide open
doubling
in the
and
right
who's-
corner.
and who's wide open? But Jordan's
Butt
not
naked
looking.
open.
Jordan's not
Somebody
looking to
open.
pass. Jordan's not looking to pass in this scenario, ladies and gentlemen. He's not a playmaker. He's a shot taker. So here he's trying to find his lane so he can shoot. Look, he's just looking to shoot. Look, if there's two men on you, somebody's open. He's not even looking for the open man. Here, look, still not looking. Head down. Look.
Bro, he just
Just the air ball to lay
He just waited.
But okay, so let me just pause it right quick, brother. So what I was trying to say was, okay, you see how Jordan is in this post-up situation, right? The double team can only come from one man in this situation, which is coming from the strong side, which is basically the guy who's on top of Michael Jordan, right? So when if he goes over there, Jordan makes a quick pass to a wide open man. Like the defenses today can play differently. Like they can literally put two men on Jordan right now, and Jordan now has to become a better passer. He has to read the defense better, which is why the only people who can post up in today's NBA are people like LeBron, people like Joker, because they can actually pass the basketball. It makes it harder to guard them and double team them in the post, right? So that's why you see LeBron in the post a lot in his later years, because he can pass. Early on in his career, they didn't do that because, again, it was a different style of NBA, different brand. They tried to go to the post. They wouldn't guard people. LeBron didn't have enough shooters. Today's NBA there's enough shooters to where you actually have to guard LeBron's teammates. 2007, 2008, 9, 10 on the Cavaliers, they didn't have too many shooters, right? So again, it's a different NBA, but Jordan was able to play against this style of defense. Again, this is, look, he just sitting there not doing nothing. Look,
Look at Weedy up here trying to justify this. Weedy.
Yeah.
Look, again, look. Oh, another
13.
air ball.
Could have passed
Wow.
it
layup.
That's an air ball. Wow.
13. Brother,
Wow. Oh, my God.
They would kill LeBron for that right now.
Oh, I hope she's watching this. I hope they're clipping this.
Please, please.
Oh, my God.
Oh, God.
One more again.
Lord have mercy.
One more again. Oh, Lord. One more time,
please.
Oh, this is so goddamn
I gotta see this again, bro. This is ridiculous.
Spin move.
oh, you're not gonna be able to go back on the block after this, Op. They're not gonna let you back on the block after this, Op. They're not gonna let you back on the block,
Facts,
brother.
man. No, this is a
Oh,
One more time. I need to see this in 4K, ladies and gentlemen.
This is a
look.
random rec team, man.
look who's guarding him. Reggie Miller behind too, son. That's what he's saying.
God, yo.
Wow.
No double teams. No double teams.
Hey, hit the damn run, nigga.
Spin move behind the
They
back.
double them.
Let's get to that lane. You can't even score on Reggie.
Oh, so good vibes. Good vibes. So we all must be under.
Brother.
Yeah, it's just good to see, because I say it all the time. There was a lot of bad basketball played. People have
Oh my God,
selective
bro.
amnesia, selective memory. They want to remember the glory days. The highlights. Nobody wants to.
Nah, man, that's like somebody.
low lights.
That's like somebody pulling up a '93 Acura on you and like, yo, look, man, this is dope. Nah, it was dope back then. It ain't dope no more. That's like somebody pulling up on an MPV on you and like, yo, this is still. No, it's not. It's not.
Yeah, absolutely, bro.
It's not.
man, so-
It's not, bro. They are
Man, well,
ridiculous,
hopefully,
man.
some of my guys will hop in. I know they said they want to try to make it. We'll see what it is. But until then, let's talk
Yeah,
about.
because actually my he's about to play. Actually, they're about to play. They actually playing right now too. So I was hoping to get out of here by 8, brother. So I give you
Oh yeah,
another
no,
15 minutes.
we
We good,
got
we good,
15
brother.
minutes. I
Like I
just
said,
want to talk about
yeah,
this playoff,
yes, yes.
this year's playoff matchups.
Scenarios. Yeah, man. It's gonna be a good
And
playoffs, man. It's gonna be a good playoffs, man.
yeah, you said you got the Heat about to play.
The Heat are playing right now. It's everything's on Prime. The Heat playing the Charlotte Hornets right now, and then the Suns and the Blazers are playing at 10. And then tomorrow it's the Warriors and the Clippers, and then you have the Philadelphia 76ers going up against the Orlando Magic. So obviously the winner of this game right now between the Heat and the Charlotte will face the loser of the Sixers and the Magic game. And then the loser of this Phoenix Suns Portland game is going to
Uh-oh.
face the winner of the Warriors
Hold on one second.
and the
Hold
Clippers.
on one second.
Yeah.
I got the almighty KG from the legendary Naughty by Nature
Oh
in the
wow.
building.
Peace, peace, peace. What's good, KG?
All right.
Appreciate
What's
you, brother.
going on?
This is
What's good,
Ajani
man?
from Goat James Kingdom. Okay.
Okay.
So he
Go
good,
James.
see he got late goat on his shirt.
Damn, man. But now, damn, a true legend is here. What's good? Peace and blessings, man. Appreciate the opportunity to meet you, man. Thank you, man.
Same, man.
It's
Same.
good,
Yeah.
bro. Yeah, man.
So Ajani
Mm-hmm.
has his platform called Goat James Kingdom, and he's been
Okay.
consistently exposing all the zesty Jeffries out there in the world, explaining, very clearly why MJ doesn't match up to LeBron James. And he's been on the show before. I don't. His first time he's been on with you on. So just to let him speak for himself. Okay, I want you to hear from him why LeBron James is the GOAT. Johnny, the floor is yours.
Yeah, I mean, just to give you a preference, brother, I've been watching basketball a very long time. I'm old enough to know Naughty by Nature music and be like, listen to. I remember putting your music on record for OPP and all of that stuff, right? So I'm old enough. I was born before crack, like I always tell people. So I ain't Jason. I ain't never seen nobody as great as LeBron James play the game of basketball. We just gonna talk about being a basketball fan. Forget all the stats, accolades, and achievements. This the greatest. I mean, since he was 15, 16, 17, 18, this kid was phenomenal. Like there was no way around it. And after 23 years, with all that he's accomplished, bro, it's without a doubt, this is the greatest basketball player to ever play. This man's up there with the legendary players of the Michael Jordans, the Magic Johnsons, and the Wilt Chamberlains and Kareems. But he has all the records. He could do everything you want a basketball player to do. If God said, give us the perfect basketball player, it's LeBron. The only way I could describe it in music terms is like this. Tupac was the pure eminence of everything about being an MC. When we talk about being an MC, he was lyrical. He had the presence. He had everything. Whatever everything that we want a MC to be, that's what Tupac was. That's basically
Right.
what LeBron is to basketball. That's just what it is, brother. Like he's just the greatest thing we've ever seen in basketball. That's just it. And he's playing with his son. They dishing dimes to one another. Come here.
Yeah,
And he could put a cherry on top if he takes down KD and the Rockets by himself.
That'd be crazy. Yo, imagine that. That's at 41 years old. I just saw a post from Charles Smith. You brothers are from up north in New York and all that
Charles
stuff.
Smith's son.
Charles Smith's son
I saw that. I saw about an
said,
hour ago.
yeah, he talked about how him going to go play with his dad around 40, 41, 42. He saw the joy his dad had just playing regular like gym rec basketball with his son. And
I used to see them. I used to see
Yeah.
them. They used to come. They used to all work out like in the gym where we played at.
And
They
he
used to
said,
be working out before, like kind of like them two together, Charles and his son, before we came in and played pickup.
yeah. So he was saying his dad was like, like to his dad that meant something. So he said he could only imagine what LeBron and Bronny are doing. He said, could you imagine this man's doing what my dad was happy to do at a rec gym, but he's doing this at the most elite level with his son.
Yeah.
So he was like, it's nothing but respect, nothing but respect.
What you said, he was explaining how his father, after the knee injuries, after being out of the league for a certain amount of years and then being able to be healthy enough to play with them. And then to see his dad at 41, 42, be able to, he said he saw his dad like, oh, he really understood the level of basketball that you had to have to be able to compete in the NBA because his father was still serving him at 41, 42. So to see LeBron be able to play at this elite level at 41, 42 today with his son in the league is just something that nobody else, you can't really fathom how great you have to be to have that going on.
Yeah. And a lot of people are going to probably, like try to discredit it, which they shouldn't. Because they're going to look at it and they're going to blind it out and just say, oh, well, they're going to try to discredit it from the fact of saying, oh, well, technically Bronny don't belong, and try to discredit the whole thing of what he is accomplishing playing at this age. But it's crazy, yo. It's crazy because you got to think like to be at that age and then you playing with 19 and 20-year-olds, man.
So
That's
just
crazy.
to Kay, you were here last week, right? And myself, Wes, we tend to be very race conscious, very race conscious, and we usually stand on the side of the brothers. But Wes went on and said, "Nah, man, they ruined Dalton Connect's career because
He crying about Dalton Connect.
there's no way Bronny should be on the team, and there should be questions about Dalton Connect." I'm like, come on, bro, you really done doing it.
Well, Dalton Connect got an opportunity to help out in this series. Let's see.
Yeah, I'm not fronting on Dalton Connect at all.
Nah,
by the way, I think.
I mean, we all play sports, and we've all played for that one coach. It didn't matter what you did. That coach just didn't like you, and it's obviously JJ Redick don't like Dalton Connect, but that's just obvious. It don't matter what the young man do, he don't like Dalton Connect. He just don't
because he can play. Dalton
he can play. He can play. Yeah,
like it's just that like you said, the fit and JJ Redick just don't like him, man. It's just unfortunate. That's it.
Do you think it's JJ Redick, or do you think that it's
JJ?
Bronny does have a spot on that team that could have if he wasn't the son of LeBron James, would somebody else have that roster spot?
Well, because like it's two different things. Like now we move into the Bronny side of it and the politics side, which I'm all with. Like at the end of the day, I'm all with it. So let's just get that out of the way. I'm all with it. But I can sit here and tell you, me personally, I think Nick Smith Jr. is better than Bronny. Like honestly, as like for that spot. Now, but I think Bronny can belong in the NBA, and he do belong in it, and I think he's going to get better and better and better. He's shown with playtime he is getting better and better and better. But I think at this point, if I personally had to pick Bronny or Nick Smith Jr., I would put Nick Smith Jr. in that slot.
I mean, I can hear what people say about that. I mean, but I was surprised. Bronny actually been hitting his jump shots this year. He's got.
You made it a point to highlight how Bronny's 3-point percentage is better than what Jordan's was.
I was surprised. Listen, I was surprised when I saw that. I was surprised. Like, yo, for real, Bronny really he's shooting 38% this year. Again, it's a limited number, but he's only playing in limited minutes. He's not getting too many shots. People are leaving him open because they think he can't shoot, and he's hitting them, right?
And he's hitting them.
Yep.
Yeah, so he's hitting them. So I think again. The young man puts his head down and just works, which is what a lot of teams like, right? A lot of coaches and teams love to see. And he's at that right potential age because again, guys like Nick Smith Jr., Dalton Connect are really like they reached their ceiling. There's no other it's either you get it now, Nick Smith, or not. Like we could.
Right.
They have more patience. They have more patience with a player like Bronny because he's 19, 20 years old, not 22, 23 years old. So that's the advantage Bronny has. Again, he only has another year or two to show himself, or the league itself will move from him in general, like they do all late second round picks. But he's shown some development. He's played well. But again, JJ Redick is who he is. He's gonna go with what he has, and that's why I didn't like the Laker team going into this season. I don't think they have a good roster. Now they don't have, Luka and Reeves, and you want to rely on LeBron? Again, I know people are sleeping on Houston, but this is going to be a tough thing for LeBron to do. But again,
No, I don't think people are sleeping on Houston. I think people expect Houston to win this series.
Not
yeah,
everybody expect Houston winning. Then
but
that's what they're saying. They're just like,
yeah,
yo, they're gonna trash KD and the Rockets if they lose to the Lakers.
yeah, but if this
I
was
don't think they
Minnesota,
are.
it's a sweep. If it's Minnesota, people think the Lakers getting swept. If it was Denver, they think the Lakers getting swept. But it's Minnesota. I mean, it's the Rockets. People think the Lakers are going to win a game or two. They think it's going to go 6 for some
Yeah,
reason.
they do
because
think they're gonna
So
win the game though.
I
yeah,
think that Houston has chemistry problems, and that's why they didn't really they haven't gelled. I mean, part of it's KD in the burner
all of it
account.
is KD. Don't say that.
All
All of
of
it
it's
is
KD.
KD. They had
Yeah,
chemistry last year as a team without KD. They lost that chemistry because of KD. It's different playing with someone like KD. That's why I didn't like that trade neither. I mean, why would y'all do that? Like that didn't make no sense to me.
yeah. Well, I mean, KD is you got him top 10 player of all time.
Oh, of course, because his resume says such. Dude, this man
Well, I
is
think I
great.
think that's what you're thinking is that he's going to bring that type of output to the team. If you already got a strong squad around you, you bring him on. It's
It's a
Golden
team
State all
sport,
over
brother.
again.
It's a team
But
sport,
I just
brother.
think his
It's a team sport.
it's worse than it's a team sport, but it's worse than lack of leadership with him. I think that he's a disruptor. Like he disrupts chemistry. Just to I don't know I don't know if you blame Draymond.
He's just bigger than the teams he be on. He's just bigger than the teams he's on, and the other players got to fit in somehow. And KD's
Yeah.
not. That's really it. It's like you have to fit in with KD. KD could fit in with you, but the reason you get KD there is for him to hit those buckets, is to be the 26, 27 point per game scorer. You ain't getting KD to pass. You ain't getting KD to rebound. You ain't getting KD to play defense.
Yeah.
So now everybody else has to figure out what they have to do around that. And then on defense, it's like, where does he? Again, it's again, you have to have a team for KD, man. That's the sad part about his legacy.
You short of
And
time.
back to like really quick, back to Bronny really quick. Speaking on him. Bronny's mad athletic, and I didn't know he was super athletic like that. Like seriously, like I saw a clip online today that's out of blue where somebody was showing him working out with a guy, and the guy had him running back to a 3-point line running, and he was just throwing the ball down, like palming the ball, and like I'm not talking about throwing it down with ease. Like I'm talking about like I was just like wow, and even people in the comments was like wow, I didn't know he was that athletic,
Yeah,
And I mean
he's
it's
bouncy
like.
too.
Yo, he's really bouncy. Like seriously, like he's mad athletic. I'm talking about like jumping with ease.
Yeah. I know you short of time, Johnny.
Yeah.
But I wanted to
Like-
get your take on New York, Atlanta.
I wish Trey Young was there. That would make it so much interesting to see Trey Young pop back up into the Garden. That would be so great. But you know what? I love the Knicks fan base when they're in the playoffs, man. It's nothing great to see the Knicks win a playoff game and they out there in the middle of Madison Square Garden acting a fool.
Oh,
And they bring out the Spider-Man with the Timberlands on, and they out.
With the teams.
Bruh, they are like they are truly fanatics for they Knicks. So, and my wife's a Knicks fan as well. So,
Yeah.
I definitely see them getting past Atlanta. I think it's going to be a good series. But I like Brunson. I like their team. I think they were eligible to make the finals, but for some reason, man, Jason Tatum threw a monkey wrench and everything. The fact that he's back and he's balling, it's like, yo, it's crazy. So Boston has a good chance of showing up. I think Harden gives Cleveland a good shot. So I think, again, the playoffs, when we get to the second round, it's really going to be very interesting. But I like the Knicks, man. I like the Knicks versus Atlanta. Atlanta's a good up-and-coming team. They got some good players, but I think, the Knicks are going to be a little bit too much for them.
Yeah, and I'm sure you expect your Miami Heat to handle their business and take care of Charlotte.
Listen, they've been making fun
What's
of
the
my
score?
team. Right now it's 20-19 in the first quarter. They up,
Okay.
But we playing good, man. It's a good game, man. But if you don't mind, I would like to ask KJ a question. If you don't mind, KJ, I would love your perspective on music. Nothing crazy, but a lot of folks don't know, like what a DJ meant to hip hop. And you being a DJ, for me, I felt that when DJs in the late 90s during the Big Clue era decided to go commercial was when we lost hip hop. Because you guys were really the ears for the people, right? You guys spent your time listening to records that were whack for hours until you found the one record.
Mm-hmm.
We don't do that as a fan. I never had to do that as a fan. Now that's why I don't listen to music anymore, because there's no more DJs. There's no more DJs providing me the songs like, yo, this is the new hot record. This is the new hot artist. Unless it's commercial. So what do you think of the idea that the loss of the DJ was truly the death of hip hop?
That's interesting. I never looked at it, at it as a take. Took the take in that way and looked at it in that way. But that's interesting because I see what you're saying. It's like not from a negative side of gatekeeping, but in a way of really kind of like A&R, and then really just saying, okay, this is cool. This is what's dope. Now I need to let the people hear this and check this out. Oh, this is dope. Let the people hear this and check this out. So yeah, like I do know that it got to a point where any and everybody was just putting out whatever they wanted to do, and that's what really, really destroyed it. So I know what you're saying. You're saying that the way that it got to that is when the DJs went commercial and stopped really, really doing what they had to do to stop all of the craziness and whackness from coming through. So I can kind of attest to that. Like, and I agree with you with that side of it. I think so. Yeah, I never looked at it like that, but yeah, I can agree with that.
Well, I want to absolutely agree with you. Just add on that it's not that we removed the DJ, it's that certain DJs became the only source for what was hot and what was not. And they sold out. It became about money, it became about payola, it became about the corporations dictating to DJs what they were going to play. Like we lost the 5 o'clock free, 5 o'clock free ride, or the mix shows. You know, you listen to a mix show, it's supposed to be new and up and coming music. That's what playing in rotation.
Yeah,
the corporations dictating to the DJ what.
I was about to say that. Say that though, Hot. So like at some point, you're right, but at the same time, it was the bosses telling them, here's a playlist. I don't care what you like. This is what you're gonna play.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if you don't play that, then get out of here.
You don't have a job.
But that's why I said when somehow the generation right after your generation of DJs said, well, because there was a point where your generation of DJs was comfortable being the local star. Like, right? You had New Jersey on lock, right? This DJ had this place on lock. Yeah, everybody had that. People were comfortable with that. You wanted to get on the radio. Yeah, you wanted to be a little bit mainstream, but you knew that was compromising what you really did, what the people wanted to hear. And you had your people. You can rock a party. Like, you can rock a party no matter who's there. I'ma rock this party, right? And I think what happened was, like you said, once they wanted to be known. Because a DJ just was a DJ. Like, from my understanding, a DJ's true thrill was watching the party get right. That's why y'all got MCs to talk.
But to your point, they weren't just the DJ; they were the filter.
They were the party. They were the party. They were the party.
But beyond that,
but I get what he's saying though. He's saying more or less like when they became stars. Now you want to travel. Now you want to travel, and now you want to make records to fit other audiences, and you bring those records back home. And it changes everything around. And
you're no longer that DJ that the local talent is like, yo, play my joint, play my joint, play my joint. You see what I'm saying?
It totally lost that.
Let me just add on to it, because I agree with what you're saying. I agree with what you're saying, right? But first I want to say, KG, I tell everybody, introduce me to Criminal Minded. Introduce me to KRS-One Boogie Down Productions. In Homeroom, it's senior year in high school in 1987. I walk in the homeroom. He's sitting there with the Criminal Minded album. I had never seen it. He's like, yo, I was like, what's that? And he was like, oh, you don't know what this is? This is 1987. A DJ, this is before Naughty by Nature. This is
exactly. He's a DJ.
Tapped in to the music, to the culture itself. Okay, fast forward to the 1996 Telecommunications Act, which deregulated radio. And then you have the big conglomerates being able to have radio stations across the country, where there used to be a time that was against the law. Couldn't have, like, the clear channels couldn't exist.
Exactly.
Right?
Nationally syndicated stuff.
Exactly. So now you have these, these big behemoth corporations deciding the sound for the entire nation.
Yeah.
Right. So it was really it was stuff that was happening above the street, above what the DJs themselves were doing or not doing.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah.
the corporations creating a paradigm shift that we had to kind of fall into.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, like I said, man, it's a pleasure to meet you, brother. Again, been a fan of you for since I was a child, bro. Since like I was 10,
Thanks,
11 years
man.
old, man.
Appreciate you. Thanks. Appreciate it.
Great stuff you've done, man. All the work that you put through in your life, man. So again, it's good. Same thing with you, Ak. You know, I was rolling up the Matt Isms at 15, 16.
I was a bad influence. It's fucked up.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, with that being said, it's always a pleasure to be around you, gentlemen, man. Be around some grown folks who talk real life and real basketball, man. Again, appreciate it, man. Thanks a
You're
lot,
always
brothers.
welcome, man. Matt IZM Sports is your home, you know, and we look forward to having you back on at some point during the NBA playoffs so we can chop it up and talk about how LeBron James is the GOAT.
Yeah, now I got all you New Yorkers in my face and my team's losing. I got to go.
We from Jersey, bro.
I know, yeah, Jersey. My bad, Jersey in the house. Shout out to y'all, man. Appreciate it.
They're only down by 6, man. They're only down by.
Yeah, I know.
6.
It's going. Don't worry. This is where Bam turn it up. Okay, you know what I mean?
Brick City.
Brick City. Shout out to y'all, brothers, man. Appreciate you, man. Thanks a lot, brother. Peace.
All right, man.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. What's up, my brother? What's good?
All right. Did you see the WNBA draft?
No, I didn't. How'd it look?
I mean, it was cool. It was cool.
It was
cool.
Money. They getting their money.
Yeah.
And they got an expansion. It's supposed to be adding 5 teams, I think.
They added 2 this year.
They added 2. They're supposed to be, I think, adding 5
Yeah,
more. Philly.
Yeah, they added more. Yeah, they added on Portland and
Philly
and Toronto this year.
Portland. Oh, this year is already.
Yeah.
And the next
They added
year,
Golden State last year. They added Golden State last year, and this year they added Toronto. So next year, what you sent that next year they adding 3 more? The next 3 years. Oh, a new team every year, starting next year. Okay.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So right now, like I said, Golden State was last year. This year is Toronto and Portland. So he's saying the next year will be another one coming in.
That's beautiful, bro. Because you know, we talk about it over the last couple of years how the women's game gets shorted financially and just support. Like we have to support it. We have to dig in and talk about
I'll be watching it. I watch it. I support it. I watched them at college and all of that, you know. Like, so I'm familiar with a lot of those girls already.
Yeah, we
you know, obviously you see AZ Fudd from Connecticut went #1. She went to Dallas Wings back over there, you know. I mean, I guess I don't know if they dating or what, but I know they seem like they was, her and Paige Becker. So they back on the same team again. Yeah.
That's
and then
the thing, like, you know,
the WNBA is messy though, yo. I ain't even going front, yo. They be wilding with all that, yo.
Yeah, but you know, hey man, what people do in their personal lives is what they do in their personal lives.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like what I'm saying is though, like
your skill set should speak for itself. However, when couples have their problems, whether it's a same-sex couple or heterosexual, you know, we have our issues. And if you having personal issues, does that translate on the court?
How does it translate to the court? That's what I'm saying. That's why I said they be wilding. But I'm not like, I mean, yeah, like I'm not saying that they, you know, people can't have their personal stuff and doing whatever. I mean, it is what it is. Like I don't have nothing to do with what you do personally, so it's all good. But yeah. And then I saw that I know our Jersey girl Olivia Miles, she went #2 to Minnesota.
Wow.
Yeah, so she playing with that. Minnesota is stacked now, so that's gonna be tough because Olivia Miles is tough.
Wow.
Yeah, and then the one that's funny though to me was like I said, I don't know how familiar you are with it, but Raven,
not as much as I should.
Raven Johnson played for South Carolina, so they had their whole thing, South Carolina and Iowa. You know when Caitlin Clark was there, so she waved her off and was like whatever, and now Indiana just picked Raven up. to play on that team. So I'm wondering, Dag, like, would the Kate and the Clark have anything to do picking up? And then they already said the fan base was already having stuff to say, because I already know, that Indiana Fever fan base. That's the if you want to, I mean, I don't know what I mean. If you wanted to say a Trump fan base, there you have it. So especially, and I'm not talking about Caitlin Clark, herself, because I haven't seen her her herself wild out. But I know Sophie Cunningham has wild out, and Sophie Cunninham's on that team.
Well,
yeah. So I don't know what's gonna happen with Raven over there, though. But also, but then, Aaliyah Boston was on Ravens team in South Carolina, and she's on that team. So maybe it'll soften the blow, but we'll see.
Yeah, I think after a couple games, the chemistry will set in. It'll be about what's happening on their team as opposed to what happened back in the college days. Whatever conflicts.
I forgot who Lauren Betts went to.
And Angel Reese got traded to Atlanta.
ATL, to the Dream.
That's a great look for her and for Atlanta, I think.
Yeah, they lost Brittany Griner, but they did pick up. They picked another girl up, and then they just drafted Odot from South Carolina, the big girl, the big African girl from South Carolina. They picked her up, so they got some big bodies over there.
Yeah, well, we're gonna lock in this summer, and I'm gonna dig in and sharpen my sword when it comes to the WNBA and the women's game. So
because there ain't nothing else on, so they the only ones
be
on.
able to talk women's basketball on here on this channel. We want to be able to have these discussions and really expand.
Coach is familiar though.
Yeah, coaches, and we want to have Tamika Dixon back on more regularly.
Yeah.
So she can come in and really give us the stamp,
Yeah, and I'm very familiar. I watch it, and I know a lot. Like I said, I've been watching women's college basketball for a while, so I know a lot. I know all those girls too.
Cool, yeah, cool. Yeah, man. But the playoffs NBA playoffs. The play-ins is going on right now, and then
full motion right now. And got the Hornets and the Heat going at it right now.
Yeah.
And then later tonight, what we got? The Suns and Portland, right? Yeah, Trailblazers and the Suns later.
The Golden State's not the play-in.
Yes, they are, but they don't play. They play tomorrow.
Okay, who they got?
Golden State play the Clippers.
Oh, wow.
Sixers and somebody.
And Embiid is out with an appendectomy.
Yeah. He's out. Yeah.
But to have him, injured, all season, him come back, finally get his rhythm back, and have to sit down because of an appendix. Oh man, that's not even, an injury he suffered during this, a game. That's just crazy. He can't.
Right, Orlando, the Magic, the Heat. Sixers and the Magic. That's tomorrow.
Yeah. I think I got the.
So
Magic
these are good. These are good games, man.
I got the Magic over the Sixers. I think the Hornets will beat the Heat. I think Golden State will beat the Clippers.
I think Golden State's gonna beat the Clippers too.
Yeah.
My son said he think the Clippers is gonna win. He's like, ain't no way that Golden State should be able to beat them. But
nah, Steph and Draymond.
Yeah, in a one game, man.
And then the Clippers got Darius Garland and Kawhi.
Yeah.
I saw Kawhi was sitting out the other day. I guess they were resting them for the play-in.
For this, yeah. Adebayo's down.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't want to say this with a Johnny on the pod, but yeah, I think the Hornets are gonna beat them. I think the Hornets are just gonna get better.
The Hornets are scary, man.
Yeah.
They're scary.
Yeah.
And it's in Charlotte too. The place is rocking.
Yeah.
But it is two good teams, so let's see.
Mm-hmm. So what do you I'm a little worried about the Knicks getting past Atlanta, to be honest with you.
I'm not. I'm not.
I'm not sold on the Knicks.
I'm not fully sold. No, not on that
Yeah,
one.
you know,
Not
and
on
I
that
was,
one. That's a scary series, yo.
yeah, and I was, I was expecting the Knicks to come out the East all year up until Jason Tatum came back.
Yeah, Jason Tatum through the monkey wrench
Oh
and that.
Lord, the Boston's been doing their thing all year. They've been in, first, second,
Yeah.
third place.
Yeah, because the Knicks would have had like you said, like a great chance without Tatum, but now they got it. They gonna have to go through two strong teams, and it's just actually, you got to fight with Atlanta, then you got to have to go through Cleveland or Boston or somebody and Detroit. So it's like now if it's just a little I mean Cleveland, Boston, or Detroit. That's what I'm talking about. So it's just like that's
Who you talking to, Kay?
my son to KJ.
Yeah, get him on the show.
Yeah.
He in the background.
Back
Send him
there
the link.
talking.
Tell him to tap in. Got them hot takes in the back.
Yeah, he back there. Yeah. Cause man, that's what me and him do. We just be talking about this. Yeah.
Yeah. It's crazy. I was, I've been rooting for the Knicks. I'm not a Knicks fan.
Oh no, he was saying just put you on the show on the podcast.
What kind of podcast is it?
It's a podcast, a sports podcast. We're talking sports.
Oh, then yeah.
You want to send him a link? You just send him a link.
And I gotta send you the link, and you just push the link and come in.
All right.
Hold on. I'll send it to him right now.
Where's your what's your email?
Gistkay, Gistkay.
Gistkay
at Gmail.
at Gmail.
Gistkay at
Gmail.com.
Boom.
You could turn the light on in the kitchen and go in there, go on it from the kitchen on your phone.
That's what you want right now?
Yeah.
I just sent it. Oh man, he should know what it is already. Kay, you've been on the show for the last 3 years, brother. Your son don't know what you do on Tuesday nights. You usually be in the gym, actually.
Yeah, I be in the gym, and then he don't be here all the time.
Yeah, tell him I sent it to him. He just gotta hit the StreamYard link and hop on.
Yeah. Just hit the link.
Yeah, so I'm not a Knicks fan, and it's actually like how most people laugh at the Cowboys. I like to laugh at the Knicks. It's just funny seeing them lose.
But like he was saying, like, yo, like we did last year we did the Knicks in the playoffs. And when you go out on 8th Ave after the game is over, man, yo, they be out there just parading and wilding, yo, especially after a win, yo. Like, and even a loss, they out there wilding.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you gotta love the New York energy when it comes to the Knicks.
Yeah.
They haven't had a championship team since what, 72? Peace, young brother.
Going on.
So let me just give you the heads up. My name is Hakeem. I've known your dad since the 6th grade.
Okay.
Yeah, we was in the same homeroom class at East Orange High School.
I was gonna say, so East Orange.
Yeah, East Orange High School, no doubt. And yeah, I used to dance for the new style.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I was actually one of the illest dancers at the time.
Yeah.
Tell you, I was nasty with it.
Nasty with it.
Still have
crazy. Not as good on the basketball court, but
that's all right though. That's all right. You still have it a little bit though.
Last time I played basketball was in 2015, and I broke my hand. Had to have reconstructive surgery. You can see the scar like from here to here, and so those days are over. I just watch. I might play a horse. I ain't running up and down no court. That's not happening.
No, I was dancing. I was like, you should still have that though.
Oh, my 1-2 is crazy. My lean back is off the chart. But I used to be on the floor. I mean, flips, all that. I was crazy with it.
Yeah.
I was nasty. Yeah, so I got recruited, by your Uncle Pookie. Yo, Hawk Money. Yo, man. Bullshit, man. You need to be dancing for the new style. What's up with you, man?
Okay.
And I came in, and him and Fence, Bubby, Fox, and who
That's
else?
right. That's right. Yup. Tobe used to be with us too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tobias Fox and Fred.
Fred Fox, Tobias. Yeah, we had the whole crew. Yeah.
We did a show at the Apollo and ripped that motherfucker. It's
Yo,
the
man.
new style. Scuffing those knees. Yeah, man. And then I went on to, I had my own rap career as a part of a group called Channel Live. Put out a record called Mad IZM.
Oh, okay.
And you know the song, KJ, Spark Madism.
Yeah.
If I hear it, not off
the
name, but if I hear it, then yeah.
Yeah. So I started this show called Mad IZM Sports.
Oh, okay.
And, I'm usually smoking, but I just chill out today. And so that's what we've been doing for like the last 4 years. We do Mad IZM Sports every Tuesday nights, and we go from the start of the football season to the end of the basketball season, and we shut it down for the summer. Your dad's been on like the last 3 years. He joined us about 4 years ago.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm family,
Ah, nice.
Yeah,
nice.
I'm sure I probably met you at the house in West Orange at one of those parties.
Oh, for sure.
I've been out there, been to the house.
Nah, definitely. You've seen them. Yeah, you've met them before.
I was probably just running around.
I should say.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was saying, my boy Cliff, who's one of the co-hosts of the show, he's not able to join us. He's a Knicks fan. He reps the Knicks hard body. We grew up on the football side as Cowboy fans, and for like the last 30 years, we've been like the laughing stock of the NFL. So I look at the New York Knicks in the same vein, where I'm not a Knicks fan. I love laughing at them. But
I was gonna say, good thing he not on, because I'm a Knicks hater. I'll let you know straight up. I love when they lose.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a good time when they lose. It's good to laugh at. For sure. Yeah, but for the last few years, I've been wanting to see them win.
So like, I always got to go past Madison Square Garden. So oh my God, I love it.
So who's your squad?
The one that's about to take an L now.
Oh, Heat?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Well, that's crazy.
I think you froze, KJ. Yeah, he froze.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna try taking off the Wi-Fi.
Oh, there you go.
There you go.
There we go.
Yeah, when did you become a Heat fan? When Goat James went over there, right?
Nah, before that.
Oh, word? Okay.
Yeah, it was when we went to the All-Star game. We went to the All-Star game. My favorite player at the time was Tracy McGrady, but the first player that actually like gave us acknowledgement was Dwayne Wade. And then like just talking to him, I was like, wow, like, this is actually a cool guy. And then that just became my favorite player from there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Dwayne
and then
Wade
I was a Heat fan. And then it just so happened that same like All-Stars in February, right? That same year in June, they won a championship. So I was like, oh, this is my squad for sure.
That was his rookie year or his second year?
That was his second or third.
Year, y'all.
His third year.
What? Yeah. I thought it was a second.
Yeah, he was drafted in 2003 and they won in 2006.
Okay.
Yeah, he was the player that most reminded me, outside of Kobe, but outside of Kobe, he's the one who reminded me most of MJ.
And that was and Shaq was on that. Shaq was on that squad with them, right? When they won, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a big MJ fan in the 80s and the 90s. Well, I went from fan of Dr. J, went from Dr. J to MJ. But when I saw LeBron James come in the league, it was like I had never seen anything like that. And I've been a LeBron James fan probably, since he came in the league, but definitely around 08, 09, 2010, I really started to lock in.
Okay. Who did they beat? Who did they beat when they won the Heat that year?
Dallas.
They beat Dallas?
They beat
Yeah,
Dallas.
that's why when Dallas won, it was their get back.
They get back.
Get back. And who was on that Heat team? Like I know Shaq, D Wade. Who else?
They
What's
had
the
like
brother that
Alonzo
played?
Mourning, Gary
Who? Oh,
Payton.
Alonzo. That's right. Gary Payton and Alonzo Mourning.
They
What's
had
my
Jason
man?
Williams.
What's my dude that played in Cleveland for a little bit with LeBron?
I want to say they had like the shooter. I think it was Jason Capono. If he was, I think he was on that squad at the time.
Wait a minute, 2000.
I think Posley was on there.
Posey, there you go, James Posey.
Oh, Posey with the long socks.
Yeah.
Okay.
2006 roster, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's right. I do. Mourning was on that team. Yeah.
They were stacked, bro. They had some.
And so, shoot, Shaq and Mourning together. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Derek Anderson, Shandon Anderson, Earl Barron, Michael Doliak, Gerald Fitch, Udonis Haslam, Jason Capono, Alonzo Mourning, Shaquille O'Neal, Gary Payton, James Posey, Wayne Simeon, Dwayne Wade, Antoine Walker. Can't forget him.
Antoine Walker.
Oh, Antoine Walker. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. Matt Walsh, Jason Williams, Dorrell Wright.
Oh, Darrell Wright was on
and
that
Darrell
team.
White. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think they all came in together.
Nice.
Yeah, Wade, UD, and Wright all got drafted around the same time.
Yeah, wasn't there some controversy about that win against the Mavericks? Cuban was a little upset about how it was officiated. They felt that they were cheated out of that, and people think that was the get back when Dallas beat Miami, and that when LeBron was on the team. Some folks are thinking that
it makes sense.
Yeah, even how the LeBron meltdown against the Mavs.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard some suspicions that was David Stern getting LeBron to kind of fall back so they could give Dallas that chip.
I mean, if you want to open up that can of worms, I'm always down to, because there's be a lot of interesting things going on. I'll tell you that. It ain't the first time, and it won't be the last.
And let me just say, he ain't the biggest LeBron advocate either, huh?
Oh no, come on, man.
Nah,
go James.
Nah, he's not.
That's not my goat.
Who's your goat?
Michael Jordan.
Oh, come on, man. You listen to your dad. That your dad pumping your head up with all that nonsense. I wish you could have been on the first part of the show. We had a guest on right before you got on, AJANI Bakari, who has a platform called GOAT James Kingdom. All he does is break down how LeBron is a way better player than really anybody else has played the game, but especially Michael Jordan, because his game is way more well-rounded, leading scorer of all time, second in assist. He's got 40,000 points, 12,000 assists, 12,000 rebounds. In his prime, he was a defender. He was a lockdown defender. He has the most clutch points in NBA history.
Okay.
He's a much better three-point shooter than MJ, of course. And physically, he's way more physically imposing than MJ, even though, MJ was my favorite player in the 80s and the 90s and the most dominant player in the league during that time. But even if you add on at 41 years old, we've never seen anything like this, and we may never see it again. But somebody old plays at this level, like there's really no fall off. His impact, when they call it gravity, but his impact on the game is not what it was back in his heyday in the Cleveland and Heat years. But still, I think we're going to see in this upcoming series that he still has a level of gravity at 41 years old that's still elite.
I would argue that though, because his impact is still very high. like in a series and in a game. Like you said, probably not matched to prime LeBron, but his impact is very high still at this point in the game.
Yeah.
Like you're not gonna just leave him open. You gotta game plan for him regardless because he's gonna kill you on the passes. He's gonna kill you. He can kill you on the boards, and he could kill you on the isolation drives too. So it's like his impact is still very, very strong out there, yo.
Yeah. The greatest ability is availability.
And he's available, you know.
Nobody's been more durable than LeBron over the course of this season. And I have
And I
to
think,
say,
and I think, and a lot of people, and a lot, and it's stuff like that adds to his GOAT status that a lot of people want to discredit. And you got to take into account, man. You really do. Like you said, the longevity, the fact, his availability, all of that, you got to take into account.
yeah. And, when we talk about skill sets, to me, the greatest skill set is your IQ, is your actual basketball knowledge. And we know he's probably, top 5 IQ. I would say greatest IQ of all time. But, you could argue that.
I wouldn't argue that. I would agree with that.
Man, so when you factor all of that in, that's the GOAT, bro.
When you factor it in, like he got a case, I give you that. But like, let me ask you this: did you ever consider Kareem the best player ever?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I always bring that up too. We do in hockey, we all do. We all say that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people weren't saying that out loud, at least. Maybe in like little circles, but out loud, a lot of people weren't talking about Kareem, and he had the most points for years.
And 6 rings.
And the iconic shot.
And the rings.
And the iconic shot. The iconic shot, like all of that stuff, man. That played, yeah, man. And on top of that, when you saying the GOAT, like you're talking about, like Kareem won straight through, like through high school championships straight, college. NBA, college straight through championships, and then right into the NBA championship, won at every single level, yo. Yeah. So that's a big argument. Like, and that's what, like you said, like it's not loud and they're not screaming it, but a lot more people should.
Yeah. Well, I'll be honest with you, the whole GOAT conversation didn't really become a thing until MJ. Not like really, people they say Will Chamberlain, Bill Russell, of course, Kareem, like we just said, Oscar Robertson with the whole triple-double situation. But like talk about who's the greatest of all time, those arguments didn't happen until MJ. Well,
it also started the argument like once, like to be honest, once LL, started with that through the rap game. Yeah. Then they transferred it over to the sports game. That's what it was.
That's what it was. Yep, absolutely.
That's what it was.
Yeah. Well, Muhammad Ali was the first we've ever heard say he's the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
Then LL, like you said, he called himself the greatest of all time, and we started to apply it to
everything else. Yeah.
Yeah. The basketball players. Mike was.
You're right. You're right. I forgot. Yeah, Muhammad Ali that's where LL got that whole thing from. Muhammad Ali.
Hold on a second here. Yo, you want to come back on the show with Johnny? You got KG's son on here, He's saying MJ's the GOAT, so I might need to have you come in and educate the young man.
But he also said that Kareem too. He was showing. He said Kareem too. He said he wouldn't argue the fact that Kareem. Yeah. My whole thing is like, man, like I tend to a lot of times lean towards Jordan because of the time I grew up and what he's accomplished. But like as more time go on, I start like acknowledging more and respecting more from Kareem. And at the same time, I'm starting to, respect and love, not love, but, honor and respect the work that LeBron has put in and continue to put in. So to me, I know you can't and I don't really like to, partake in this whole thing because it's like, why we got to put them all against each other? At the end of the day, like they're all great. They're all great. And if you, but and you could take them all in different ways. But I think if you had to say, you know what, here's a prototype, or build a prototype of your prototype of your ultimate basketball player, it would be LeBron.
Yeah,
From his
that's why I
size,
was
he's the right
right.
size, he's the right build, he's the athleticism and everything that he does. He is the prototype of it.
Right. And to that point, when we say basketball player, not just shooter, not just big
No,
man,
player.
he does more than everybody else. He plays all 5 positions, including
Yeah,
center, very
yeah,
well. And I think you got to factor all that in. MJ, being a scorer and being a force, hey man, bruh, he was that dude. He was that dude.
that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about like if you build a
Just an all
prototype, you're gonna
around
say
game.
LeBron. You're gonna say LeBron. If I needed a bucket and it's on ice, I'm going to MJ if I needed it.
Yeah.
Or I might go to Kareem, because you go down low to Kareem with that too. Like that sky hook is money.
Yeah.
Like you're not stopping it. Like I literally, I'm not sure. Like there may be one out there or two, but I've never seen anybody block it.
Actually, no, Wilt, when Kareem's first and second year, Wilt used to time Kareem's. Wilt kind of, I don't want to say raised Kareem.
Right.
I don't want to say raised him, but, that was Kareem's kind of idol, mentor.
Right.
And, he helped craft Kareem's game when he was still in high school and college.
Well, then, you're talking about the teacher. Yeah, you're talking about the teacher right there. So then the teacher knows where it's coming at. So of course I'm giving it to him, but everybody else, no.
Yeah, when Lou Alcindor entered the league, Wilt was kind of on the downside of his career. He still had a couple years in him, but he wasn't the same Wilt that was the 60s Wilt. And Kareem ended up besting him. But just that all-around game that LeBron brings to the table is like you can't really deny that, man. So yeah, that's why I say LeBron. But it is what it is.
And then also too, like, and then for you to say all time, I mean, I guess you're talking about it in today's time, because time is going to continue to go on and beyond us all. So there is somebody that's going to,
watch out for Wemby.
That's going to eclipse. That's what I'm saying. And somebody's going to eclipse all of this.
Look at Shea.
Or Shea. Like, the thing that I don't like about our era, the old heads, is that, I do think we hold on to our era.
Right.
Times change, the game has changed. Ajani and I were talking about how back in the 80s and the 90s in the earlier game, zone defense wasn't allowed. It was man to man. If you were going to double a player, you had to commit to the double. Today's game, the defensive schemes are more elaborate. It's more to it. So for the offensive player to be able to really operate and succeed, you have to understand defenses and how to manipulate defenses and how to get other teammates involved.
Right.
Which means, it's a different game. And then in that, you look at Jordan being physically just gifted. Like, there was nobody, not maybe it's few folks, but nobody is physically gifted as Jordan, with the hops, with the, he had these giant hands, he could palm the ball. And then, he had the quote unquote, the bag, he could get to the hole. Today's game, MJ is kind of a dime a dozen. And you got to be able, you just know one-on-one here. When we know that you're we game plan against you, we're going to create defenses to stop you from getting the hole. We're going to create defenses to take away your strengths. Back then, you really couldn't do that. You had a defender on the island, man. You could really manipulate him and take advantage of him if you MJ.
Yeah.
So,
but also too, it was really physical. Yeah, it does. And it was really physical too. They was hand checking and all that back then too. So, it is, like when people talk about it, like and they say, "Oh, the game was more physical and it was different." It was. It really was. Like they have an argument. Like you had to see it and really like to really know and watch that at that era, man. Like it was wild, man. Like you said, like the the bad boy Pistons was
I was
real, yo.
gonna say, all you gotta do is watch the Pistons versus Bulls, and you'll get a glimpse of what the whole era was like.
Yeah, nah, for sure, for sure.
But I would say it was more defense all around the board
When?
in the like 80s, 90s.
All right, so I'm let me push back on that. All right, and I wish Johnny was on here because he does a good job on dissecting that. You know, first
Mhm.
beating people up doesn't make for good defense.
No, not just
Right,
that, but I
right.
just mean like you have more players. Like nowadays, if you can't just be on the floor for just defense, but back then you could. You can have players like a Gary Payton where your skill set is just defense.
Right, but it was easier to play defense because the game wasn't as spread out as it is now.
Yeah.
Like the game was an inside out game. It was a
Ah,
slower paced game. Now
it
the ball is
was
going
hot, but
from
I
one
wouldn't
end of
say
the
it
court
was
to the other
easier.
end of the court. You got to be able to move your feet on defense now.
No, it was different, but I wouldn't say easier because, like you said, it wasn't zones. You couldn't go into a zone, and you were on the island with guys one on one a lot. So when I say that that it wasn't easy, like it's not easy to play defense on the island one on one, man.
Johnny,
It's
you
just
might as well
not.
come on back on this thread, brother. Come on, man. You know,
Yeah, I just feel
you
like
can catch the
overall
heat in the
you got
second
better
half,
on
bro.
defense,
Come on.
man.
Yeah, nah, just to, it's harder to play defense when you got to cover more space. It's harder to play defense when you can't hand check. It's
It
harder to
is
play
harder,
defense, huh?
but no, you're right. You're right. That does make it harder, but I also feel like just players these days, like even if that was a thing, they don't have it in them. I feel like a lot of these players just don't commit to defense. Like defense is a mindset.
It
That
really is.
sound that sounds good, right? Until the ball is going over your head and you're chasing and running and you're switching and like it's a mindset, but it's also offensive players are way more skilled. 1 through 5 got an outside shot. 1 through
Yeah,
5 has
but
an outside
defense is
shot.
like he's right. Defense is a mindset. Like you have to want to play defense. Like you really do. Like some of these people, like just like most of these players, just feel like I'm offensively gifted. I'm going to give you buckets. I'm not here to play defense. We got a defensive stop, and let them do that. I'll just do just the
Yeah.
minimum. I'll just do enough.
So there was
Luka.
no star players in the 90s who was on some BS when it came to defense. Everybody was
Now
locked in.
I'm not saying that.
I'm
Everybody
not
was
saying
committed.
that.
I'm
I'm
not
not
saying
saying
that,
that.
but like you got Jordan, you got Pippen, Rodman, like that's 3 off the bat. They gave pride to defense. Then you got people like KG, you got people like Kobe. They had pride on defense. Nowadays, you're not really seeing that at all.
I don't know about that. I don't know about
Luka
that.
is giving it up every time.
Well, no, actually, they did the knowledge on Luka's defensive stats, his defensive rating since All-Star break. He's picked it up and has actually had been one of the better defenders at his position.
Yeah, but you can also look at the schemes to say that they scheme in defensively to pick up for that.
Yeah,
Meaning, like I
absolutely.
said, like how now you can disguise a zone, you can play a matchup zone, you could do different things to disguise it and make it look like a person is actually playing better defense than they are themselves. And
Yeah.
I'm not one to say that Luka totally doesn't play defense. I think he plays like you can't play the game and not play no defense. No, nobody's
It's not
saying
that
that.
he doesn't. Yeah, it's not that he doesn't know how to play defense, but he's not working on trying to be better at defense.
Yeah, but you got the Wimbies, you got the, AD when he's healthy plays great defense.
Draymond Green,
Draymond Green, Kawhi Leonard is one of the best defenders of all time.
but that's what I mean. Look at them. They're in this era, and yet they still took pride into defense. Kawhi came in as a defensive first player and developed everything else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so It still
But
still
the rest of
exists.
these people, they're not doing it like that. But
And
there was more Kawhis back then than there are now.
and if you think about it from a team like a OKC, that's why they're so good. Their whole team plays defense.
But
Charles
look at
Barkley
the
didn't play
last
no
teams that won.
defense. Dr. J didn't play no defense. Magic Johnson wasn't a great defender.
No,
You can pick.
not necessarily. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
true.
you
But the thing is, and that's what I'm saying. It's not like
It's all relative.
dudes had to be lockdown defenders, but they played defense. They just wasn't great defenders.
But you're looking at individual players. I'm saying back then, like the league as a whole. So that's why back then you were able to not have your stars not play defense because your team as a whole, you had defenders that were there just to play defense to make up for them. Nowadays, you don't.
Well, I think it's harder to play defense nowadays because
a little bit,
you have to move your feet because the game is spread out. You have to cover more space. You have to rotate.
But why? When you say it's spread out, you come out with.
Up at the
I mean,
logo.
it's the same side. You just tell me, because dudes are the 3-point line is so far, and people are shooting and spread out all the way sitting on the 3-point line.
You got a joker like LaMelo, who ain't the greatest defender of all time. I mean, excuse me. But you got jokers like LaMelo, who is giving up the 2-pointer, running to the 3, and you have to respect that. It ain't like you got jokers who are legitimate logo 3-point shooters. How do you set up defenses?
We just talked about that too, Hawk, but we dissected it. Actually, dude stepped on his foot. That's why he didn't shoot that layup.
Right, but for him to run to the 3-point line, K,
it was crazy. It's crazy. And overall, the mindset is that though.
And it's like layup.
No, the mindset is totally that. Like the overall now, like dudes is giving up. I saw a dude do it down LaMelo. I saw a dude run down, had a layup, and instead of shooting the layup, he passed it out to the 3, and he had a wide open layup. Instead of taking a layup, he passed it out to the guy to shoot the 3.
Yeah, you didn't get that in the 90s.
That's
that wasn't even a thing. Like that was like you would get sat on the bench if you did some shit like that.
Yeah, they'll sub you out.
Now it's a different game now, though. It's a different game because, like, even me growing up playing basketball, I remember like we were taking at max 2 threes a game each. Nowadays, every player is attempting at least 7 to 10.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right, so let's switch the conversation. I know your team is the Heat. Okay. They're probably gonna catch this L.
No, they're not.
They're up by 2. They actually up by 2 right now at the half.
We up right now. Yeah, you know why? Because we play defense.
Mind you, I'm gonna root for Bam Adebayo because he's Brick City native, no doubt.
Okay.
I give it up from Jersey, and I don't usually root against the Heat. I just don't think that they're built to go very far. So I don't expect much out of them this year. But I'm not anti-Heat. I don't want to get it twisted.
Did you say the same thing years ago?
Oh, when LeBron was on the team, I was go Heat.
No, not LeBron. I'm talking about when they were the 8th seed and we were the first one to make it to the finals. Did you say it then?
Nah, you can't front on the Heat. You got Spoelstra as a coach. You had Jimmy Buckets on the team. You talking about that team, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't expect them to beat the Milwaukee Bucks. I didn't expect it, but at the same time, I wasn't surprised either because of the, team basketball, coaching systems, the Miami Heat culture. Mind you, I was a Heat fan when LeBron was on the team. I've always been a Dwayne Wade basketball fan. Even when I was rooting for Cleveland, I had a lot of respect for Dwayne Wade. Of course, Pat Riley, you have to respect Pat Riley. I respect the organization, and I live here in Florida. So, I'm not anti-Heat, but, I'm a realist. And, since that championship run, the bubble chip, Heat's been kind of like lukewarm. I just don't think they have done a good job putting the pieces around Bam. And when Jimmy was there, of course, he's out of there. But I don't root against the Heat. I just don't think that they're built to go far. If they, making to the playoffs themselves, go Heat. I just don't think they're gonna go far.
Well, when you think about it, and you shoot names, you would think. I get what you're saying. I totally agree. Like they like Bam does deserve a lot better, but he do have some ballers around him. Tyler Hero can ball. He got Norman Powell with him. He got Wiggins with him.
Yeah.
Like it's like like they gotta step up, man. Like seriously, like because he got people with him.
Yeah. You know, it's just the East is tougher than people give the East credit for.
I'm not saying to win a championship. I'm talking about be better than a fighting for your life 10th seed. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah. But so who do you got coming out of the East, KJ?
Ooh,
Not the Heat. Don't say the Heat. I know you're rooting for the Heat, but realistically, who you got coming out the East?
Realistically, Boston.
Me too.
Realistically, like around All-Star, I started seeing signs like we were saying before. There'd be a little, breadcrumbs that the leagues be trying to put out there. So if I'm following that narrative, I think it's going to be Boston Spurs in the NBA Finals.
Yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that. Though
I think it's gonna be Boston, OKC.
Yeah,
that's the most
OKC and Spurs are gonna come out the West. But don't sleep on Denver.
I was gonna say I give Denver a chance, and I'm not gonna count out Minnesota. I think Minnesota is also built to do it too.
Yeah, I don't think they.
I think they are gonna they're gonna do good, but they're not.
I will not be surprised if Minnesota takes out OKC. I won't be surprised.
Well, they got Denver first, then. So then I mean that's gonna take Denver out of there because OKC got Denver and Minnesota is first.
Yeah, I don't see them beating Denver.
And I just saw something. Anthony Edwards.
I definitely can see them. I can see them beat.
He averaged
you saw
over
what?
30 against them. I saw some stat line. Anthony Edwards averaged around like 36 points against Denver in the playoffs.
I could see them. Beating Denver, huh?
Yeah, but who else is going to step up on that team?
Who's going to step up on Denver?
Jamal Murray, Joker, Aaron Gordon. They got a solid core. They got a solid guy, and they got tons of help. I'm not fronting on Denver. Minnesota, you got to bring more to the table than Anthony Edwards.
They got Anthony Edwards, Julius Randle. You still got Rudy Gobert down there. He is iffy, but so is Aaron Gordon, and so is Jamal Murray. Jamal Murray seemed to only show up when it's against the Lakers for some reason. Everybody else, he's shaky.
Yeah, because they're gonna try to smother Murray with McDaniels, yo.
And then that's the next one, McDaniels.
Yeah.
Then you still got.
And then if you get DiVincenzo to hit a couple of those threes and get going in that series, Denver could be going home, yo.
Yeah, DiVincenzo has to step up.
Yeah, he do. And then don't let Bones Highland come off the bench and start hitting some threes. Then you really gonna have a long night.
And then he's gonna start going after it, getting crazy.
Yeah, Bones is scary. Not for sure.
But on Denver side, you got people like Cam Johnson, like you can't trust him.
No, you can't.
Yeah, but he's so far down the pecking order that you don't have to depend on him unless somebody gets hurt.
I mean, you kind of do though, because he's taking that MPJ spot.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, he's there to supposedly do a lot, huh? He's supposed to. He's supposed to hit those open threes when you
need that corner three. You need that.
When Jokic collapse, collapse the defense.
You cannot be asking Aaron Gordon to be doing that. He's not sure to knock down corner three shooters.
No, but if Jamal Murray is what we know Jamal Murray can be. Will he be this? I don't know. But if Jamal Murray is that guy, it makes it a lot easier for everybody else.
It's not going to be easy to do that against Minnesota. That's the only thing. Somebody else, because I'm telling you, Jay McDaniels is going to smother him, man. Like, it's not going to be easy. They're going to run that pick and roll, and then you got to think. Now you switching. You're going to be switching Jay McDaniels.
I didn't say easy. I said easier.
Right.
No, but I know what you mean. But like I really break down a lot of West Coast teams, a lot more than I do East Coast teams. Like Jamal Murray, a lot of his feasting comes from the pick and roll with him and Jokic.
Yeah.
But on defense, a player like Rudy Gobert, he's going to kind of neutralize that a little bit. He's not going to stop it completely, but he's going to neutralize that a little bit. Now you need something else going on in the dynamic. Now for Denver, who I think it could be, my X factor in that series is going to be what's his name?
Who, Braun?
No, not Christian Braun. Watson, Peyton Watson, I think his name is.
Yeah.
Oh, Peyton Watson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watson or Strawther.
Now, Watson, we say Bones Highland, okay, I say Watson.
Yeah.
True. True.
If Braun is acting up, what Cam Johnson don't give you, if Braun is giving you that, then it kind of balances it out.
I ain't gonna say Bruce Brown because Bruce Brown is just gonna be the
and Bruce Brown is back, but defensively,
yeah, but nah, you're not asking him to give you points though.
Yeah, but on defense though, Bruce Brown can give you something and effort plays and just being
he could.
A veteran who knows how to disrupt. Yeah,
he could.
Yeah. So it's like, it's the chemistry between Brown, Braun, Murray, Joker, Gordon. You have a chemistry that has experienced so much over the last 5-6 years with winning a chip together, except for Braun. He wasn't there, I don't think.
Yes, he was.
Yeah, he was there.
Bruce Brown was there. But Braun was there.
Yeah. He was like a rookie.
Right. So
he was deep on the bench though.
Yeah, but when you got that type of chemistry that's been around for so long, and you know the ins and outs and the pressure kick in, and we know how to deal with the pressure, where Minnesota not so much, even though they went to the Western Conference Finals a couple years ago, she's still that
they went back to back.
Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah, because remember last year they took the Lakers out.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, Minnesota went back to back.
They went to the chip. So they went to the chip against.
No, they went to the Western Conference Finals
and lost both years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So that's still a lot of time on the court together too.
Yeah. So what's my LeBron James and the Lakers' chances of getting past the first round?
0. They might as well just be in the play-in. That's for their chance.
Oh, don't say that. even if Austin Reeves or Luka managed to make it back toward the end.
Nah, that it changes. It changes.
That's going to change the game. But then it's like, are they 100? Are you saying they're at 100%? Because if you just throwing them out there as a decoy, that ain't going to do much.
No. I mean, I don't think Luka needs to be 100% to have an impact. Austin Reeves, I think his injury might be a little less severe, so it's more of a chance that he's coming back closer to 100%. But I'll be honest with you, I haven't had a lot of faith in Austin Reeves in the playoffs. I still have to see him do it, healthy or not healthy.
Dude, Austin Reeves should probably be back at some point in this series, right? Especially if it goes 6 games, he should be back for game 6. I would think, right?
I think
the timeline I saw, he had a grade 2. And that was saying last I saw, he had a grade 2 oblique strain. So that should have took him around 2 to 4 weeks. So he should be around that time on the early window. But if it's the later window, then not.
Yeah. Well,
and that's the same thing with Luka.
Yeah, I mean,
Luka's is a little bit worse than wasn't his worse because Luka had like
it's technically the same. It's the same grade. They're both a grade 2. It's just where it's at.
The hamstring.
Austin Reeves is the oblique. Luka's the hamstring. But what makes
hamstring
it worse?
Worse.
What makes it worse for Luka? They said it's a reoccurrence. So they was like every time you injure that muscle, it basically makes that timeline stretch even further.
Damn. But now he went to Europe to get the Kobe, right? He got the blood spinning cycle thing going on. Supposed to do
we'll
something
see.
to make you bionic, kind of, sort of.
That's the
Yeah,
gazebo's
we'll see.
going on over there. Going to get the LeBron vibranium shots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Again, a testament to how great LeBron is. When you look at Luka, who's one of the top 5 players in the league. At any given time, he's the best player in the league, but can't stay healthy.
Same thing with Giannis.
So to that point, what do you see Giannis next year?
Ooh. Let's say like take the team aspects out of it, because the Bucks are going to look for the best package they could get. If you just go with Giannis wants a team, Bucks are going to do right, send him to that team. I think the best setup for him to honestly go to is Golden State.
I could see that.
Well, who would the Bucks get from Golden State though?
You would just get a bunch of picks. Take Porzingis' salary.
You don't say give me Mikal Bridges and Cat for Giannis?
What, New York?
You could. You definitely could. I don't think.
And picks?
No, you could do that. Like, I mean, but is that
from a team aspect? From a team aspect, the Knicks, what they got to offer is definitely way better than what any other team could offer.
What about Miami? Because Miami, they always spoke about Miami being possible.
That's true too, but I think that the players the caliber of the players you getting from the Knicks are better than the players you would get from Miami.
I think the constitution of the Knicks would be more intact for a championship run than a Miami. Like, you'd have to kind of give away pieces that you would need to support a Giannis. I think
the part that we missing is that you're not gonna get equal value for Giannis. You're just not gonna get it. And think about it. If Milwaukee is getting rid of him, they're tanking. So it's not about the players. So let's just take Cat and the good players out of the mix, because it doesn't matter at that point, because they're tanking out. So it's going to be more about the picks more than anything in future. It ain't going to be about what they could get. That's why I think Golden State would work. I think the Lakers would work. And I would say watch out for the Lakers, because he can end up, I think he might end up on the Lakers, if anything, yo. And then also too, that's why I say Miami. Because it's not about the players or what you're gonna get for them, because you're not gonna get equal value for them. But because the Bucks they're gonna be tanking out anyway. They're gonna be looking for picks. So it's gonna come down to the picks.
Let me tell you something. If the Lakers could seriously get Giannis and you're LeBron, do you just stay? Just take a pay cut? Like a
Absolutely.
Heavy pay cut?
If I'm him, I would. And if he goes to Golden State, if I'm LeBron, I would go up to Golden State with him.
There's no way that they could get Giannis on the Lakers. There's no way.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
Because how would you do that? What do they have to offer?
I just told you they might finagle some way to get the picks, because it's not about the players. Milwaukee's going to be tanking to do it.
Yeah, but I would even look at somebody and say they got Luka on there. That makes the picks not that valuable down the line. Versus you look at Golden State, you only got till Curry's going. Once Curry's going, those picks are going to be hitting in the top every year.
Well, I don't know what the Lakers got stashed. You don't know.
Yeah, I don't think the Lakers. I think I
would definitely say no.
Between what happened with Luka, and they did something else where they gave away a bunch of picks.
So back to Miami. Miami probably has stashed picks.
Not really. It's more.
I think
it's more
Giannis
like their
is going to go where he
pick.
wants to go. Giannis is going to pick the team he wants to go to.
They're still going to have that team's going to have to come up with picks.
I don't know. The way I think it's going to go, I think they're going to pick whatever is the best for the team.
I think he's going to end up in New York. I think he's going to end up in New York. I think you give up Cat, you give up Mikal Bridges, maybe one other player, and picks.
I think so too. And then the smart
It
move for the
makes
Bucks would
sense.
be to then flip that and get more picks from that somewhere else.
Right.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It makes sense because I was about to say that. Then they can take the Cats and Bridges thing and flip that into picks with somebody else and get rid of them. They won't stay on the Bucks.
If I'm Miami, I'll take Cat and Bridges. We'll take them.
Then if you do that, if you basically gonna gut the team and just worry about the draft, you don't plan on being competitive for a long time.
Look at that team now, Hop. Like nobody plays for the Bucks.
Well, they just fired Doc Rivers.
Like the writing's on the wall. Nobody plays for the Bucks. What's the little guard, Ryan, whatever his name is? They got that new little guard, but they like nobody plays for. I mean, and then you got the guy that just made the 3-pointers or whatever.
Kuzma's terrible.
They're gonna get rid of Kuzma. They're gonna get rid of him. That's what I'm saying. I'm telling you, nobody plays for the Bucks, yo.
You know, they went and got Miles Turner this year. Thought that was going to
Ryan
be
Rollins.
That did nothing.
Ryan Rollins is who I'm talking about.
Alex Antetokounmpo.
Man, come on, man. The only one they're gonna keep is the 3-pointer shooter, probably guy, and Ryan Rollins, and everybody else is Turner. They getting rid of Miles Turner. Miles Turner was a big disappointment, yo.
Really.
They got Kevin Porter
Bobby
Jr.
Portis. Role players.
Yeah.
Kevin Porter Jr.
He had a good year for him until he got hurt.
Actually, Kevin Porter Jr. was balling at some point this year, though. He was. And then he can ball. It's just that I don't know what was going on with him personally.
No, it was till they committed to the tank. Then they said, "All right, now you gotta sit down."
Yeah, a lot of things be happening off the court. Has nothing to do with the players. It's like determines how players play. Actually,
the game within the game.
Yeah, that's a great point. Great point. Yeah, man. Well, look, gentlemen, it's 9:06. There's a game on right now.
And it's a good one too. 63-66.
All right, well, I'm gonna lock in and watch that game.
66-66 now. They back. They launching threes. 66-66
my
now.
time. Anytime you want me back, let me know.
Hey, we here every Tuesday at 7 p.m. So I got your email address. I'll send you the link. And I'm also share the YouTube link with you, so you share it with your friends, spread the word. We over here at IZM Sports, help us go viral.
Let's go. I got you.
Yes, sir.
All right,
family. Yep.
All right. Later, Hop.
Yes, sir.
Peace, y'all.